Hey, my name's John and I hope you're doing well today. And today I want to talk about something that I think many of us growing up would say is an important lesson, and that's the importance of being financially literate. In particular, due to the importance of how managing money is, and just the ease of access to financial advice nowadays, both good ones and bad ones. Seriously, have you seen some of the stuff available on TikTok and YouTube nowadays? So anyways, this all began when I was doing some budgeting in January at the start of the year. I was going through as usual and making a budget for how much I wanted to allocate for each of my goals, and I just had a thought about a trip I took last year. I went on a pretty longish overseas vacation last year with a few friends of mine, and looking back at the expenses for 2023, I was glad I had made a budget in January of that year too, of which the trip was accounted for. And for me, I was glad because not only did I find the trip really enjoyable, but it also gave me a sense of financial security in that there was nothing unexpected, and things for the most part according to the budget I made at the start of the year. Now, look, I'm sure everyone has financial goals, such as wanting to retire or maybe a large purchase that they really want to make, whether that be like a house, car, or a really expensive trip. And especially in times like these with high interest rates, it's really beneficial to become financially literate and to be able to craft a plan for yourself so that we can prepare for the future. And I think that's a big part of growing up and being responsible. So, having a general understanding of not only how to invest money into the future, but also how to budget can help quite a lot. I think being financially literate has different meanings to different people, and I don't want to say here about arguing over definition or going over pedantics, but let's face it, we all have a general idea of what that means. And instead, I want to talk about what I mean by it and how I prepare for the future. To me, being financially literate is about budgeting money responsibly, as well as investing for the future. Budgeting money responsibly, I'm sure, doesn't need any real explanation. We all know what a budget is, and to say that there's one budget fits all would be nothing short of arrogant. On the other hand, I think investing is seen as more of a broader term of taking what we have and making the right plans to ensure that we can meet a financial goal in the future, be it retirement or a large purchase that we always wanted. And they go hand in hand. Personal budgeting can be thought of as a short to medium term plan for saving money, while investing can be thought of as a medium to long term plan to use the money that we do save to earn more. Though it's much easier said than done. But both are important as we can't invest without any savings, and savings without any investing likely won't lead us to our financial goals. I started my first real job when I was 18 working as an intern, and one of the things I remember clearly was not having that good of an understanding of the value of money. I didn't have a budget, and the only thing I did was work and spend on things that I had wanted. But the more and more I became interested in some longer term plans, the more I had taken an interest in investing. But I noticed I wasn't doing a good job keeping track of my own money at the time. So I took a nosedive into my first budget. Granted, it was just a copy paste of a spreadsheet I found online, but it was more than good enough. After getting a handle of that, I went to the bank and asked for a financial advisor, which was my first step into getting some knowledge about how to invest. And the most important question was when they asked me, what exactly do you want to save for? I didn't really have any idea at the time, so I told them just retirement, because it's, I guess, a straightforward answer. And that's the part that's stuck ever since. Not what advice they gave me about how to save or how to retire or how to invest, or what financial product they were trying to sell me at the time, but just the idea of first having a long-term goal and then making a plan of it. And with how easy it is to find financial advice online, I want to caution you about being able to discern what's genuine good advice from what is just people talking nonsense just to sell you a course or product, and to focus more on having a balanced budget and goal so you can achieve what you want rather than just endlessly seeing a number go up. Unless of which that is your goal, in which case, good luck. So I hope you do some thinking about what type of future you want for yourself, and to take the first steps in achieving some financial freedom by becoming more financially literate, even if it's a small step at a time. Because I think even the biggest goals that you have begins with a simple budget. And hopefully the you, 5, 10, or even 40 years from now will thank you for your actions today. So, as always, thanks for watching. Until next time.